Good morning everyone, my dear students. I hope you all are doing great. So, in this class, we will revise the first chapter, that is chemical reactions and equations. Name of the chapter is chemical reactions and equations. So, first you should know the meaning of what do you mean by chemical reaction. So chemical reaction, which means it is a type of change that includes chemical change. So chemical reaction is a rearrangement of atoms or that includes chemical change. But your chemical change means something new will form. Suppose I will take carbon that reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide. So new product is formed whose properties are entirely different from reactants, that is from carbon and oxygen. So chemical reaction means which includes chemical change. Now equations. Equation means the representation of chemical reaction in the form of formulas and symbols. The shortcut representation of chemical reaction in the form of formulas and symbols. Suppose we have carbon that reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide. So instead of writing CARBON carbon, we are writing its formula. What is its state? It's solid. It's gaseous. So this is your chemical equation. Okay? All chemical equations are chemical reactions. Fine? The shortcut representation. Now, how can we say that chemical reaction has occurred? Or characteristics of chemical reaction. Before that, bachcho, you should know what are reactants and what are products. Generally, the things written on the left hand side are your reactants and the things written on the right hand side are your products. Generally, this arrow represents the irreversible reaction, which means this reaction can proceed only in one direction. But dear students, we have so many reactions like the production of ammonia. In this you will see this kind of arrow. So dear student, in this reaction if I ask what are reactants and what are products and what does this double arrow represents? But this double arrow represents the reversible reaction. This arrow represents the reversible reaction. It is your catalyst, it is your promoter, which means this reaction can proceed in both the direction, both in forward direction and in backward direction. For forward direction, these are your reactants and this is your product. For forward direction and for backward direction, this is your reactant and these are your products. So it depends on the nature of the reaction. They decides which one is reactant and which one is product. Okay? So next is characteristics of chemical reaction. How can you say that chemical reaction has occurred? We can say that either by change in color state either by change in temperature, either by evolution of gas, or by formation of precipitates, formation of PPTs. But these are the characteristics which represents either the reaction has occurred or not. So first, some reactions are accompanied by change in color. In some reactions, the color change from reactant to products takes place. So you can say that chemical reaction has occurred. Some reaction, there is a change in state, that is from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, or vice versa. Some are accompanied by change in temperature, either there will be increase or decrease in temperature. Some are accompanied by evolution of gas, like we have seen pop sound activity in which hydrogen gas is released. Fine. And some are accompanied by formation of precipitates. Fine. And some chemical reactions includes more than one type of change. Fine. Next very important topic is balancing of chemical equation. Balancing of chemical reactions or equations between. First, tell me what do you mean by balanced chemical equation? Balance means the atoms on both the sides are equal. That is, atoms on LHS and atoms on RHS must be equal. Suppose I will take the example where zinc reacts with sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. Okay? Suppose this is the reaction. But for this reaction, these are reactants and these are products. Fine? So first, write the name of the atoms, like on reactant side. Which atom is present? Zinc, hydrogen, sulfur, oxygen. How many atoms are present? 4. Zinc, hydrogen and sulfur and oxygen. Now check their number on both the sides. How many is it here? But nothing is written in the parenthesis, nothing is written here. That is no stoichiometric coefficient, which means zinc is 1. On this side, zinc is also 1. Here, how many hydrogen? 2 is in parenthesis. Here also, how many hydrogen? 2. Here, how many sulfur? Nothing is written, which means 1. Here, how many sulfur? 1. Here, how many oxygen? 4. Here also, how many oxygen? 4. Luckily, this equation is already balanced. So, no need to balance it. It is already balanced. Bete, just see it. In this, everything is already balanced. So, remember, while balancing, you cannot change the formula of the compound. You have to write formula of the compound in its native state. Fine? See, I will take one more example. In this case, that will be more clear to you. Nitrogen. It reacts with hydrogen to produce ammonia. Suppose this is the reaction. Nitrogen reacts with hydrogen to produce ammonia. What are the atoms present on the reactants? That is nitrogen, hydrogen. 2 atoms. But on reactant side, how many nitrogen? 2. On hydrogen, reactant side, how many hydrogen? 2. On product side, how many nitrogen? 1. How many hydrogen? 3. Now we need to balance it. We can balance the chemical equation by putting stoichiometric coefficients. But stoichiometric coefficients means the numbers which are adding at the front side. So while balancing, remember, we cannot add atom here. Never. Like if I need to balance it, I cannot add 2 here. No, it is wrong. Otherwise the formula will change. Some student did this kind of mistake, they add here. No, nothing can be added at the parenthesis. Otherwise the formula will change. We can only add at the front of the atom. That is stoichiometric coefficient. Fine? We can add only stoichiometric coefficient. So, here how many nitrogen? 2. Here how many nitrogen? 1. So, first I am writing 2 here. Now check. 2 into 1, 2. Now nitrogen are balanced. Now check hydrogen. How many hydrogen? 2. But here how many hydrogen? But in the parenthesis of hydrogen 3 is there, which must be multiplied by this number. So here hydrogen now becomes 6, and in reactant side it is already 2. So how we can change? If I will put 3 here, then 3 into 2, 6. Now again check, either your equation is balanced or not. So please check your equation is balanced. Okay? Fine. It is most important topic. Always do practice. You cannot change the formula. See one more question. We can do one more question. See this equation. Iron reacts with steel to form Fe3O4 plus hydrogen. But what are the atoms present on the reactant side? Iron, hydrogen and oxygen. Now mention their number. It is 1. Here it is 3. How many hydrogen? 2. How many hydrogen? 2. How many oxygen? 1. How many oxygen? 4. Now take half minute and solve this. Fast, solve it with me. Solve it with me. First I am going to balance iron. But how many iron here? 3. How many iron here? 1. So can I add 3 here? Now iron is balanced. What about the hydrogen? What about the oxygen? It is 1 here. I cannot write 4, otherwise formula will change. So if I will write 4 here, now oxygen will be balanced, but hydrogen will become more. So it will be 8. So how can I change it into 8? H2. Can I put 4 here? Yes. So now the equation is balanced. Okay. So dear students, do practice of balancing the chemical equation. See you in the next class.